Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And again, if you think the audio is not in sync because I lost the audio again, I don't know why it didn't record it for the first time, and now it is. So let's go ahead. Let me turn off the wireframe. It's the second part of the video where I was creating a mouse, and the first part, if you haven't seen it, you can go ahead. I've shown the basic interface and the navigation, etc., and we created this simple box in Blender. So let's add in this video, let's learn few things about modifiers. What are they and how to add it? So let's add few loops using Control R, and if you notice there are difference in the gap. So what we'll do, we'll use a modifier which will equally divide our part, and you don't have to do the second part for the inconsistency. You just have to work on the one side, and it's gonna automatically reflect on the other side. So I went ahead and deleted that part, and for now let's hit tab to go out of the edit view and go into the modifier panel, which is right here with the wrench icon, and you can search for mirror. In Blender 4.0 you have the ability to search a modifier. Click on it and you can search for mirror, or if you want, there was a mirror, and if you want you can, yes, the mirror is added. You can find from the stack as well. Now the mirror is added. Since why it's coming perfectly, because our gizmo, our center point, our pivot point, which you can say is at the center, so it automatically mirrored it from there. But suppose our center point is somewhere here. I will show you later how I did that, how you can change the center points, etc. By using the help of 3D cursor. It's a very important tool when it comes to modeling in Blender. You can append objects, you can add objects on the place where you want this 3D cursors to be. Okay, so let's add again the mirror, and right now this time we'll add it from the stack, and as you can see, it's mirroring from the midpoint where we have created its midpoint. We have set it its midpoint, which is the center point, or you can say pivot point. But right now this is what we don't want. If you have other objects, you can pick from where you want it to be mirrored from, but for us we'll just set the origin to 3D cursor, and there we go. Now it's mirroring perfectly fine. Okay, simple. And also you can change the direction of or the axis of which it's mirroring from. We need X, so we'll keep X. You can experiment as you wish. All right, I hope this makes sense. Everything's good at the moment. Now let's go into edit mode, hit 2, and to select the edges and turn on the wireframe. If you want, you can also change the opacity a little bit. Press tab, go into edit mode, or maybe Control R to add a loop if you want. And let's see, right now your vertices are going inside, which we will avoid if you turn on clipping. If the clipping is on, your vertices will merge if you have auto merge on, but if not, then your vertices will not go past that mid mirror axis. All right, also if you want, you can press N to bring in the tool, and in there you can turn on auto merge, which is right here, and you can set the threshold so that this merges automatically as soon as you move that vertices near that vertices, and it comes under that threshold. This threshold, your vertices will merge automatically. You can turn it on. For now we'll just keep it off. All right, let's go. Let's turn on by that monitor icon. You can turn on or off that modifier. It's just for your display. And now we'll model it a little bit. We'll try to make it rounded from the back, and we are going a little retro here. adding a loop and making the back rounded like this, a curve arc shaped, and yeah, looking pretty good. What do we need? We will be dividing the mouse into two parts, the top part and the bottom part, and for that I have kept a line, a loop there, which will come in handy later as well. Then now we can push it a little bit inwards. Make sure you have plenty of references of your own if you are following something, and we will go ahead and move the front part a little bit inside as well, so we'll get a feel of how the mouse looks. Now let's make it rounded. So for that you can use, there are two ways to do it. You can bevel it or you can rely on the subdivision surface modifier. For now let's try to bevel it. So we'll just hit tab, hit 2 and go into edge mode. If you alt click on any edge, it's gonna loop select, and control B will bevel it. If you use scroll wheels, you can increase the segments. Now if you notice that was my wife. Okay, if you notice, the bevel is not consistent because we have scaled the object here and there, and that's why it has some scale values. That's why the bevel at the down is not proper in comparison to the top. So if you press Ctrl A, you will get this drop down menu, and if you go here and you see that you have some values in the scale, that's why the bevel was happening. If you reset those values by using Ctrl A and clicking on scale, now you will notice that each edges of the bevel is equal, which is what we want, and now it's looking smoother. Yay, perfect. Now all we need to do is even out all these floating edges. We don't want any n-gons. N-gons are multiple edges face, like more than 4 edges face. We will avoid that for our modeling courses and for any game prop. So we'll fix that by using a knife tool, which will come in handy in some time. Let's add at the moment, let's add the subdivision surface modifier like so. It's already looking pretty great. We don't need any beveling at the moment because now we can control by adding edge loops, supporting edge loops of where we want it to have a little harder surface and where we want it to be smooth. So yeah, there it is. It's looking pretty great. It is smoothing. It's dividing one face into 4 equal faces. That's how the subdivision surface works. And you can increase or decrease the resolution by increasing the values of the level viewport and render as well. What you keep in render will display in render, not in viewport, and what you keep in viewport will display here. Now I have just right clicked and auto smoothed it so that it auto smooth according to the angle it's already been set, which is 30 at the moment. Let's set it to somewhere 180 because we will be adding our own sharpness, like by using the 60 is also fine. Wherever the edges goes or the faces goes beyond 60 angle, it's gonna make a hard edge there. For now it's fine. It's 90, I guess. Yeah, 90. Okay, let's add a loop. And if you want to select what is beyond your visibility, you have to go into wireframe mode, or you have to change the setting by pressing N. Now we'll just select by hitting Z and going into the wireframe, and we'll add a couple of loops, move some vertices here and there, and see that the shape is fine. Now we want our bottom to look sharp. That's why we add the supporting edge there. Supporting edge helps your surface, if it's going a little too smooth, to even it out, to make it a little bit flatten. Yeah, it's looking a bit comfortable to hold. Earlier, before adding subdivision surface, it was hard cut. You will cut your hands if you hold that mouse. Okay, so let's select this edge and try to move it down a little bit, maybe, or inwards as well. Okay, let's see. I forgot what I was explaining, but yes, I just want the mouse to be ergonomically fine. Moving it inwards, and these edges are going haywire, so I will just manage it a little bit. I'll select this guy, and if you press X, you will get this option, and you can dissolve the edge if you don't want any edges. X or delete, and you can dissolve it. Now select this edge and move it inwards. Cool. But if you notice, I left the bottom edge, so I'll go into the vertices mode by pressing 1 and moving them inwards. That's how we will manage it and model it slowly. So if you are pro, if you are someone who knows it, you can, if you want to learn Blender, you can stick with me. But if you are someone who's new into the 3D industry, or who wants to get into the 3D industry, these tutorials are very, very helpful. These will help you a lot, because I am explaining fundamentals and everything about modeling, vertex modeling. We'll get into sculpting later on. I've already addressed a sculpting video on Blender in my earlier videos. If you want, you can search on my channel, and it was a simple character. Alt clicking will click the whole edge loop, select the whole edge loop, and you can use shift to deselect other edges if you don't want anything. And I wanted my mouse's shape to be round in some parts and ergonomically correct to hold. That's why I'm doing some of the changes, trying to make it rounded on all the sides except bottom. Bottom is flat because it lies down from there. And on the back, if you see, it's cutting sharp. Straight, it was coming straight, so I am pushing few vertices from the top to make it a little bit more rounded, and there we go. It looks a little bit more better. It looks even better now. So it's looking pretty good for now. I think the shape is coming out nice, and we will take it slow. We will take each step one by one. We addressed modifier, we addressed a little bit of modeling here and there. I hope you understood few points. I hope you will practice it, and you can go ahead and try to make your own mouse, and then you will learn it, or make your own donut. There's this Blender Guru's course, which is very fantastic. Everybody watches that. And if you're new, you can stick to this channel as well. I'll be taking this mouse to the whole new level. I'll be completing mouse later, and in the next video we'll talk about something else. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, do so, and I will see you in the next one. Let's keep modeling. Yay, little tweaks one by one. Everything, a retro mouse is coming your way. Wow, the shape is looking very nice, but on the middle, I think yeah, these little changes, the perfections is what we need sometimes. And I think it's getting too tapered from the front. I will change it later on. And yes, but it's looking nice. I like it. Okay, let's keep on pushing it. And yeah, like the video if you like it, and to pay the class fee you have to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.